let's go for if you want to apply um, for work immigration. So if you want to work in Norway, you need a residence. So it could be like you're coming here for as a skilled worker. You're just coming here for seasonal workers for just like contract, not the entire year, or you're working in arts or other kind of work. So we have skilled worker, seasonal workers, job seekers. This is an option when you finish your studies and you want to stay and you finish your studies like the 2 years and you're looking for job. You haven't had found a job yet, but you're looking and you kind of want to stay in Norway, so you apply for job seeker visa. But if you have the contract, your work contract, you apply for skilled worker. And then for exchange programs, cultures, and organizational work, or employees of foreign companies in another EU country, vocational training and research, seafarers, diplomats, yeah, we said that. So for job seekers, which kind of is the second application after like study permit, let's see what they say. Here again, you pay the application fee, which we checked. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same amount. Well, not pretty sure, but it is kinda around this amount, 5,400. So you must be a job seeker and look for employment as a skilled worker in Norway. The work that you are seeking cannot be a religious leader or teacher. And then you have applied, you have paid. This is not true about you, so you're just applying for a skilled worker, and then you must fulfill one of these three requirements. These three are you must have a residence permit as a student at university, or a student at a vocational school, or a student at an upper secondary school. And this residence needs to be valid at the time that you are applying for the job seeker visa. So you need to apply before your current permit expires. Um, and then it is like at least the latest time that you can apply is 1 month before the expiry date of your permit. Um, then again, you must have completed your degree or education in Norway, as it says either high school or bachelor or master. You must have completed in Norway to be able to apply for the job seeker visa. Um, if you haven't, this is like it's here. It says if you haven't finished your master, if you haven't had gotten your documents, your transcript and diploma, it's okay as long as you have finished your degree. You can apply. I believe the university will give you a letter that this person has finished their studies, and yeah, they're kind of done with their program. Um, Here it says you can document your completed degree with a confirmation of your educational institution, as I said, stating that you have submitted your final thesis and have completed all the other credits in the degree. Or either you show this, or you show you must have a residence permit for additional education in order for your education to be recognized in Norway. So I think this says and apply for a residence permit as a job seeker before your permit expires. Your education must have been recognized or be about to be recognized. Uh, Probably this is for if you haven't recognized or made your education recognized through Nukut. And when your university is not well known, like the university that you have gotten your bachelor is not well known here, and Norway doesn't recognize it, and you are studying here to have your education recognized, you are eligible for job seeker visa. You can also apply for job seeker visa if you have a residence permit as a researcher, which can provide their own funds. But again, you have to apply before your permit expires. And the last one is you must have a residence permit as a skilled worker with an employee in Norway. For being a researcher at a university college, or a research institute, you must apply before this permit expires. For job seeker visa, the amount that you need to show that you can support yourself is double the amount for a study permit. So the amount is either showing them you can support yourself monthly with around 25,000 or around 300,000 per year. And you need to have this money normally in a Norwegian bank account. If you don't have the entire of this money, if you have like a quarter of this, you can still apply for job seeker visa, but apply for like 3 months if you have quarter of this. If you have half of this, apply for 6 months. So, but to be sure that you need to get the job, like the contract, during this months that you have the permit. After that, you must also need to show this document related to your education or qualification. So, a completed vocational training program of at least 3 years of upper secondary school. As a carpenter or health worker, you need to show that you have this document or education. You have studied, like, for example, a bachelor degree. You want to be like as an engineer, or just you want to be a nurse. You have completed the education to be a nurse. Um, and special qualification or skills acquired through long professional experience, possibly in combination with courses and some education. You must show this. If you don't have this, here it says, suppose you have work experience as a painter, you must present detailed work certificate from previous employers and show that you have learned and can do the same as a person with a professional education as a painter. It takes a lot to get permission in such cases. Many applications are rejected. So be careful. And then rights and obligations. Again, you must not be self-employed or running your own business. You must work full-time or part-time while you work for your relevant employment as a skilled worker. You can be granted a residence permit for a maximum of 1 year. This is for job seeker visa. And this period that you have this residence does not count if you later wish to apply for a permanent residence permit. And if your family members already have a family immigration permit and are living with you in Norway, they can apply to renew their permit. They can apply at the same time as you do, and then you will receive the answer at the same time. And the waiting time is usually, if you're applying first time, for the application, meaning that they do not have your document in their system. And let's say that you have gone to the embassy or visa application abroad. Okay, we can still go for for job seeker. So the waiting time may change while your application is with UDI. Where does it say? Here. It says if you're applying through VFS, it might take about 8 months before they get your application. This is for job seeker. But if you apply through like police, I think they had it. Let's see. Like, okay, police or SUA, Service Center for Foreign Workers. It depends which of them. You will get an email that which of these two you have to go to. Again, 8 months. This could actually be like a positive point for you. So as I said, you need to have that amount, which is around 300,000 NOK in your account. But as their time takes a lot, as the time to proceed with your application takes a lot of time, you could have a little less of the amount. But again, so hey guys, let's now see what to do when you want to directly apply for a skilled worker visa and you don't want to study. So here we see if you, here they have another link for those who want to apply or apply for a skilled worker, but they're going to work in Norway for less than 3 months. They need to follow this link. But those who want to apply for a skilled worker and have a contract from an employer here in Norway, go with this one. Those who are employees of international companies who are going to do an assignment for their Norwegian branch at the company, and they have to come here to Norway. Employees of the companies abroad who are going on an assignment in Norway, for offshore workers, for athletes or coaches, for religious leaders or teachers, for self-employed person with a company in Norway or with a company abroad. Most of the time, we're going with this one for most of the cases. Then the application fee. Application fee for skilled worker, residence permit for work, also renewable, is 6,300. And then, which one is this? Yes. And then here it says your requirement is that you have the following type of education or qualification. It's again the vocational, 3 years, at least 3 years at high school, or your degree from university, or the special qualification. Most importantly, you must have received a concrete job offer from one specific employer in Norway, and it needs to be full-time or at least 80% position. The job you're offered must require qualification as a skilled worker. You must have the qualification that the job requires. And then the paying and working condition must not be poorer than is normal in Norway. Let's see what that is. So here it says the minimum pay, if you have a master degree, the minimum pay must be around 500,000 NOK per tax, before tax. But if you have a bachelor, then the minimum pay have to be around 450 before tax. Then what else we have? Special requirement. If you're going to work in an occupation for which recognition or authorization is required, you go for this website. For health personnel, they need to have a license. You go for this website, Norwegian Directorate of Health. If you're going to work through a staffing agency, you must present the list of the assignments that the employer has planned for you, and they must be confirmed by the business or businesses you are going to carry out these assignments for. It's only possible for you to get a residence permit for the period of time when you are carrying out the assignment on this list. The staffing agency must be registered in the Norwegian Labor Inspection Authority's registry. Rights and obligation that you have when you're working as a skilled permit is the duration of the residence permit you are able to get depends on the position you've been offered. So if you have a full-time, then you get it. If you have a contract, a permanent contract, first you will get a 3 years work permit, and then after 3 years you can apply for PR, permanent permit. Then after 3 years you can apply for a permanent permit. Again, if you have family, they can apply with you at the same time. If you're later going to change employer but work in the same type of position, you do not need to apply for a new residence permit. But if you are going to change your employer and the type of work that you're doing, you need to apply for another skilled worker permit. And then, if you're going to start a new job. No matter if you are staying with the same employer or changing employers, you cannot start in the new position until you have been given a new residence permit. In case you lose your job, you must notify the police where you live within 7 days. You can then stay in Norway for up to 6 months to look for a new job. Your residence permit must still be valid for the duration of this period. If you get a new job, but you're going to work in the same type of position as before, you do not need to apply for a new residence permit, but you must notify the police within 7 days after you start the new job. But if you get a new job, different position, then you must apply for a new residence permit. And then you click here, and then it will direct you to if you want your employer to apply on behalf of you, or you want to do it yourself. Let's do it yourself. It's simple and easy. If you're already in Norway, or no, you want to apply abroad, let's go abroad. Again, we're going for Iran. You can go for another country if you're from another country. That's up to you. Then you need to have the checklist filled in, get all the documents that you need, get the application filled in, go to VFS because we selected Iran. Other countries, they go to other. I'm not sure how other countries do it, but it's the same process. You just select your country and do what they say. What else? Here I saw one page here. Work in Norway, the official guide. So if you click there, it comes here. If you want to work in Norway for citizens from Nordic country, which is usually Iceland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Greenland, citizen of Schengen area, or citizen outside Schengen. This is if you want to work. This is if you want to do business in Norway. You follow these links. And let's see if they have another type of. For family immigration, just click here, follow what they say. For visits and holidays, if you are already here and, for example, your parents wants to come and visit, so visitor visa for Norway, for your parents or children, for your spouse or partner, for your brother or sister, for another family member, girlfriend, boyfriend, business, and so on, so more. So for family or parents, again, this is short time visit, up to 3 months. You pay the application fee, you hand in the document and checklist, you click how to apply, you have a valid passport for the duration of 3 months. The passport must be issued within the last 10 years. You have a valid travel insurance. You show that you have enough money to finance yourself when you are in Norway for the duration of your visit, and that amounts to having 500 NOK per day. Or if, as I said, if your parents are coming here or your children, you can write a letter that you are going to be supporting them and you are their financial guarantee. Your parents or your kids must not be subject to any prohibition against entry to Norway or Schengen area. If you've been to Schengen area in the last 90 days, you must check when it's possible for you to re-enter. How many days you can stay in Schengen, and you can use a calculator here. You must register your fingerprint, and if you're under the age of 18, both of your parents or a responsible person must sign your application, and you must have an invitation from the person you're going to visit. So it's just despite other countries, other European countries, application for Norway doesn't really need like an application form for the invitation. You can just write a letter in Word document that I'm this person, my name is this, I live here. Just a little explanation of about yourself, and then just say I want to invite my parents to come and visit me for this month. And then hopefully they will grant you this. How your application is considered? Well, we have a duration time. And you need to show that yes, you will go back to your country when the visit is over, and they will consider also the situation of your country. So if there's war going on, they might not give you the visa, and they will consider what ties you have to your country, like if you are working there, if you have a house there, if you're going to take care of your own parents or your kids or something. um, if they believe any reason that you will not go back, they will reject your visa. So consider this your possibility of getting a visa. uh, you will normally be granted a visa. So if you have like other types of visa that you want to see, you can go through this and you will see, and it will give you all the information that you need. You can also search here, and after that, you kind of, when you apply for any of these types of visa, uh, it gives you a page for your to enter to see your application status, like, or your other applications. You can here get access to checklist here. You can see waiting times. You can read about the UDI's regulation. You can follow them. You can even contact them and ask them. They usually come back to you within 1 week. And I think that's all. I'm glad you followed us. I'm glad you have listened to this video. Thank you again. Looking forward to see you again, or hopefully you will follow us again.